You know, I love being in the green room. I love having these private, intimate conversations and being able to learn more about you. So there's an exhaustive background. You sent a wonderful bio, but do you mind just giving me like the narrative, like the backstory? Who is Zakiya Mabery, and what are you up to these days?
Sure, Che. Well, Zakiya Mabery is just a young lady who grew up an army brat, mostly overseas in Germany, and had overcome some adversity in life. And throughout the time that she grew up, now she just wants to make an impact in the world. And she made lots of connections and she wants to give back, and she learned a lot along the way, and I want to help people through what I've learned. That's who Zakiya is overall. I've been hurt, but I've overcome a lot of challenges. That's overall who Zakiya is.
Yeah, I love it. Overcome some challenges. That's really cool. And I'm curious today, you know, when we talk about being unapologetically you, being who you are.
Yeah.
Why was that topic so just important to you? And why did you want to share that message today?
Oh, let me tell you. Because when I worked in corporate America and also worked for the federal government, I felt that I had to assimilate. I basically wore my hair straight. I wore French manicure, and I dressed in the corporate America standard in business suits. And I felt that I had to assimilate to what was the norm. And I wasn't being true to who Zakiya was. And I felt now that I have left that environment, I wear my hair in braids. I haven't worn braids since I was in college at Virginia State University. And now I'm saying loud and proud, I'm Black, I'm a woman, I'm disabled, and I'm proud of who I am. I'm using my authentic voice to help others and help organizations improve their organizational culture. So I'm unapologetically true to who I am. I'm truly Z, and I'm happy to be Zakiya, and help other people be unapologetically who they are as well.
We're happy that you are who you are. We're happy that you're standing in your power, and we're happy that you're sharing your message. So thanks a lot for being on the show today. We really appreciate that. Take a moment and tell us, what's your mission in life right now? Like, what's your purpose that you're on right now?
My mission and my purpose is to help others share their story and their journey as it is applicable to overcoming adversity. I believe that storytelling is a catalyst for change. So that is my mission. I have a show on LinkedIn, which is Game Changer Chat, where individuals from diverse backgrounds share their story. And I believe that's how true effective change happens, when we have these type of conversations. So my mission in life is to have positive impact and help be part of that through dialogue. That's my mission.
I love it. Through dialogue. I love it. Well, we're going to get going in a few seconds here. So we got to get the countdown, and then we're going to kick this off. So we'll get going in 5. Oh, can't wait. It's going to be showtime. 4, 3. Don't you love it? 2, 1. This is what we live by. It's showtime. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there. And they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we're on a mission. And our mission is to empower, our mission is to inspire, and our mission is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute the vision you have for the people you are called to serve. And I believe you have 3 visions, by the way. I believe first you have a vision for yourself. The foods you want to eat, the clothes you want to wear, how you want to live. And that takes resources. And then some of you have a vision number 2 for your loved ones, the ones you care the most about, the ones you want to write a check to, the ones that you want to make sure their health care insurance is paid for. And that's important. And then others of you, you have a vision for the people you were called to serve. That's number 3. And imagine if you was Noah in the Bible, whether you're a believer or not. I happen to be a believer. But imagine you're Noah and you show up and you're like, I'm here. Noah, there's no hammer. No hammers? Well, what am I supposed to do? Noah, we're going to report to you there are no nails. No nails? No resources. What am I to do? Noah, there's no wood and no team to do the work. What? And that might be you. You're ready. You've got the passion. You got the purpose, but you don't have the resources. And that's why the show exists, to provide resources like Zakiya Mabery, who's on the other side over there right now. So let me welcome you to the show. How you doing, Zakiya?
Good. Thank you for letting me be here. I'm so honored. Thank you so much.
It is an honor and a privilege and a treat and a treasure. I couldn't wait, by the way. She has this great show on LinkedIn, by the way. We'll get into that. She's just fantastic. So, you know, you're on this mission right now, as you were saying, to help folks have their authentic voice, to say who they are. What inspired you to get into this type of work to help folks believe that they can make things happen?
Well, let me just start about when I first started to do this work. It goes back to when I was a student at Virginia State University, and my first major, you know, a lot of students had multiple majors. I'm no exception to the rule. My father wasn't very pleased. And so my first major was mass communication. And I remember one of the first celebrities that I interviewed was Jay-Z and Damon Dash. It was back in the late 90s. And I've always been innovative and creative. And back then, I really didn't listen to rap music all too much. And I decided that I want to interview Jay-Z. And so the name of the bookstore, the record store in Richmond at the time was Willie's. I remember it vividly. It was off of Broad Street across from VCU. Mm-hmm. And I was like, how am I going to get an interview with him? So I went to Staples store and I printed off some business cards, and I wanted to make it seem like I was part of press, and I said press because I really did work at the radio station at Virginia State, and I met one of his managers and I said I would like an interview. So she said, okay, we're going to set it up. So let me make the story quicker. She said you need to be at the hotel at this time, and so my best friend Jill was with me. I'm like, you're going to come with me and you're going to help. So Jill was with me, who I'm pretty sure is watching this live interview. Jill, I should have probably picked somebody else. She was great for support, but let me just tell you, Jill was starstruck. So we went and I had the interview. Damon, okay, he was a little different to interview, but Jay-Z was very nice. And I got the interview, but it was all because of my drive and my resiliency and me really wanting the interview. And I got the interview, wrote the article, and I tell you this story because that has always been my drive through life that has gotten me through challenges at work, through my through different things in life, me really wanting to do something. So fast forward, I never went into mass communications. I actually got a degree in psychology, but I still use the tools that I learned for mass communications to serve me well. Even when I worked at the Pentagon, I did things for Martin Luther King. I helped with programs and still use those transferable skills that I used to put that programs together for that. So to get back to your question about, I'm sorry, taking a long way, but how did I start doing Game Changer Chat and touch lives? It started in 2018. I wanted to do something for veterans, and I said, I want to do something with video, and I want to honor the veterans. And I said, I know what I can do. I can use my skills that I learned back in school and do some kind of video interviewing and do it with veterans. Well, I have worked around veterans all my life. So I started to record the interview, and I put them on LinkedIn, because at that time I had about 5,000 followers. And I thought that would be a good way to honor them. But I got such a great response for it. I said, well, I'm going to do this every single month, because I had worked in the federal government as an EEO for years. I knew every single month what the celebration was. And so that's how I began to bring D&I and my video skills together. And I started to see how people were dialoguing and how it was making an impact on the internet and social media. And so that's how I've started to do that. And so now I began to meet people from all walks of life and how it's touching people. And so that's just now my ministry. And I really have begun to really enjoy it, and it's touching people globally. I've interviewed people from across the pond in England and things of that nature. And so that's my passion.
Fire. That's cool, man. Why do you believe the authentic storytelling is a catalyst for change?
Because no one can tell your story like your story, and no one knows what you went through. When I start to hear people's stories, you get to hear some common thread, some common denominators in the stories. Let me also say, besides the Game Changer Chat, I'm also doing a documentary that has to do with adversity. And in the documentary, I'm definitely seeing common denominators as far as it relates to discrimination, where it comes to people, brown and people, African Americans, especially in the workplace. So when you start looking at that, there's a trend among people of how they've been discriminated against and why people refuse to file EO or IG complaints. And so I think it's important when we document this and present it so that people can say, hey, I'm not alone. This has happened to you and it's happened to other people. And you can see how people have overcome and still became successful. So that's why it's important to share the stories and still see how people have achieved greatness despite what has happened to them.
I love your energy. I love your passion for what you do. That's like just super cool. And congratulations for being out there making a change. You know, everyone has individuals who kind of doubted them along the way, or some people call them haters, for lack of a better term. What do you say about these type of individuals and how they help push us along this journey?
Haters are actually your motivators, actually. Mm-hmm. I have haters in my life. I've had people tell me I couldn't do things. Okay, I have a lot to say about that question, and thank you for asking it. When I just recently did an interview with Dr. George Fraser, when I finished, my mom called me, and I thought she was going to say, great interview, Zakiya. What she said, her initial response was, Zakiya, you got part of that wrong. It wasn't just your high school teacher who told you were too dumb to go to college. It was also your guidance counselor. I'm like, thank you, Mom. Thank you for pointing out there's two people who said I was too dumb for college. Right. Thank you. So actually, you can consider that two haters. Because I had a disability, I had two people who told me that they felt that I was too dumb to go to college. I really remember vividly the one high school teacher, and I put that in my book, that I co-authored, the Humans Behind the Resources. But also, now that she brought it up, yes, there was also a guidance counselor who said that. So you can call that a hater or just ignorance. But also along the way, I have had colleagues, I have had so-called friends, I had people in organizations that I belong to that are either haters or frenemies. But I believe that those people actually inspire me to do better. Sometimes I feel like, okay, I clean out my friends list. I don't clean out all of them because some of them are still on my friends list, but I leave them up there so you can see what I'm doing and how I'm excelling and watch me now. what I say about those people is that they are actually upset because whatever you're doing, they want to do and they can't do because they're not you. That's what I have to say about haters. Furthermore, there are also people I want to speak on that when they get to a certain point in life and they feel like they've made it, their attitude changes, and that's really sad. I think they need to humble themselves because as quickly as you made it up there, as quickly as you can fall. So people need to remain humble and also keep the faith.
Remain humble and keep the what?
Faith.
Why is keeping the faith so important to you?
Because the great book is something that I I keep very close to my heart. I pray, I meditate. I am a woman of faith. And so I believe without God, I would not be here. When I am at my weakest point, I can always go to my Lord in prayer. And without the Lord, I would not be by my side. I would not be here.
What affirmations get you going on a tough day? What affirmations do you tell yourself?
When I was in one of my deepest depressions, my girlfriend got me this affirmation that said, "You got this." So I say that to myself all the time. Zakiya, you got this. And so I say that, and I look at the one she has me because I have it framed, and I also say, "Zakiya, you're bad." And I also refer to Bible verses. Bible verses actually get me through. And so again, I read the Bible, so I know that there are people of different faiths, and they don't do that. I say, "Yes, you can sparkle and shine." I'm a very bling girl, so I like things that have to do with bling. So that's the type of person I am.
Yeah, well, you have the bling going on there today.
Yes,
Black women, disabled and pretty. Hold on, let me make sure they can see that.
Yes, honey.
Black women, disabled and what?
Pretty. Don't you see? Yes.
Tell us why it's important for you to wear that shirt and display that message to the world today.
Because I am Black and beautiful. I was teased when I was younger because I'm so dark pigmentation. My mom is of a lighter hue, probably closer to your pigmentation. And my mom used to have to tell me that all the time, Zakiya, you're dark and beautiful. My dad would say, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. They always had to tell me things to make sure that I didn't have lower self-esteem because of my dark pigmentation. And I am Black. I'm a woman. I am disabled. And I had to make sure, and this wasn't until my 20s that the disabled part I became comfortable with. And it wasn't until I became in this organization it used to be called USBLN, that I became comfortable with being disabled. Having mental impairment, anxiety disorder, PTSD, that means you are disabled. And I was in that organization when I was in graduate school, and I went around doing speaking engagements with them and things, helping them with their strategic plans and things of that nature on the graduate level for their graduate program for students. And that helped me a lot with my self-esteem, and I'm forever thankful. And that really helped me learn that just because I have a disability doesn't mean I'm less than. People think that there's a lot of negative there's a stigma associated with disabilities, especially in the Black community. However, I'm okay now with being disabled and pretty. I mean, just look at me. That's a no-brainer. I'm pretty. So I just had to add that to the shirt. And that's just who I am. And some people think that I'm being arrogant. No, I'm not being arrogant. It is what it is. I'm just putting it on a shirt that I'm okay with who I am. And if people don't like my confidence, then that's okay. I'm not for everybody. And I have another shirt that says that I'm not for everybody. You don't know my story because I haven't shared my entire story with everyone yet, but that book is coming. And so that pretty much sums it up. I've been working in human capital HR for over 15 years, and I've seen a lot. And working in EEO, I've seen too much. And it's just really sad, some of the things that I've seen. And I actually had to leave the workforce because of my health. And now, as I'm practicing more mindfulness, I'm becoming more into myself and knowing who I am. That, again, authentic self, unapologetically Zakiya.
I love it. When we come back, we're going to ask Zakiya if she'll talk a little bit about how she trains leaders in development, and what they do is they move up to the area where they feel like they've arrived as it relates to peak performers. I can't wait for that. You don't want to miss that. And don't worry, as she was talking, I was thinking, I want her to tell us about a book that maybe has changed her life. We'll get to that in just a moment. We're going to go now over to Dr. Kim Warren Martin. Dr. Kim Warren Martin is down in Little Rock, Arkansas, and she says, don't complain, be grateful. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes.
Hey there, all you rockin' happy entrepreneurs. Today is your January 1st. This is Dr. Kim Warren Martin, founder of Successful and Fulfilled, bringing you my thought of the week here on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. This week's thought is, don't complain, be grateful. Whenever there's an opportunity to complain, there's an equal opportunity for gratitude. Earlier this week, my husband came up to me and he was rubbing his hands together to let me know how dry they were. Literally, it sounded like sandpaper. Well, I started doing the same thing, and guess what? I got the same sound effect. Just because we're having to wash our hands so much these days and use hand sanitizer so often. So as we talked and lamented over how dry our hands were, it dawned on me that there is a blessing in these dry hands. So one of the things I thought was, thank you for my hands. Thank you for soap. Thank you for running water. Thank you for mobility to turn the water on and off. Thank you for eyesight to even see the change in them. And thank you for feeling in my hands to know that they're dry. And finally, yes, thank you for lotion. Whenever you sense yourself being negative or complaining, even slightly, whatever the situation, find something to be grateful for. Let's say, for example, you didn't get the deal, you didn't close the sale, it fell through. Well, find at least 7 things you can say thank you for in the situation, such as thank you for my business. Thank you for the opportunity to solve someone's problem. Thank you for a product or service that's needed. Thank you for my phone to even make the call. Thank you for the ability to talk. Thank you for the ability to hear, even if it was no. And thank you for the lessons I learned from this experience. 1 Thessalonians 5:18 says, be thankful in all circumstances. So in all circumstances, find something to be grateful for. This is Dr. Kim Warren Martin, founder of Successful and Fulfilled, with the thought, don't complain, be grateful. Until next time, make it a wonderful day. Back over to you, Shay.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country where we're on a mission. And that mission is to empower. That mission is to inspire. And that mission is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute the vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And I'm really, really excited because we're here with Zakiya, and she's talking about how to be unapologetically you. Love the shirt. Black woman, disabled, and what's that bottom part say down there?
Pretty.
Black woman, disabled, and pretty, and how true is that? Take a moment, if you will, and share a little bit about you work with organizations. What do you tell leaders who are moving up in the area on the ladder so they can reach that area of peak performance? Okay, I think she'll be there in just a second. Hold on just a second, everyone. We will make sure we bring her right back in. I think we lost her for just a second. And we'll give her a second. I think, let's just see. Well, we were asking her a question just a moment ago. We're here with Zakiya, and we're checking in with her. I think she might have to dial right back in. Let's just see. I think it froze for a second. Let's just give her a call right back and see what happens there. This is live. This is real. This is what happens. All right, we're bringing you back in. I think it froze up on us for a second there. There you go. Say something. Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
See, this is what happens when you're live. This is what happens when you just roll. She just rolls with the punches. Is what we do. You're back.
Welcome.
Hey. This is real time. And thanks a lot for working with us. Take a moment. I was asking that question about you working and developing leaders and them moving up and peak performers. And what do you tell them when they're on their journey? Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you I'm glad to be back.
So can you answer that question? What do you tell leaders is moving up right now? Since you train leaders on development, let me ask you this. Leaders or individuals are actually, when they have to reach peak performance, they've got to move up the ladder. What suggestions or advices do you do as someone who works with leaders as they're moving up towards peak performance?
I tell them that it's going to take time, and also that they have to refine their skills, and it's a process. Mm-hmm. And so they have to develop a performance plan.
Development performance plan is so important. Now, can you tell us about a book that you may have read or a movie that maybe has helped change your life?
Yes. How Exceptional Black Women Lead by Dr. Avis Jones DeWeaver.
Okay, tell us a little bit about the book.
It's an awesome book. She talks about implicit bias, which is one of my favorite topics. She also has different leaders from different career fields and career levels in the books, and she gets perspectives on them as they're talking about different career levels and their perspectives on different parts of their career journey and issues that they may have had and how they navigated through it. And that's how I learn, is through basically examples. I'm a visual learner, so I like when they have the examples and they talk about how they navigated through the issues. And since she has been working in the industry for about 30 years, it's also good to hear her spin on what they have said and how she analyzes it. And
tell us a little about the folks that are part of your tribe, part of your community, part of your support base.
I have some people, it has fluctuated. I have some people who have been there from day one. They're my homies. And then I have some people who are newer to my tribe. And I like to say, I personally believe it's good to have people like at your level, people that you're mentoring, and people where you're aspiring to be. So I have people who I've had since high school, my homies. And then I have people who I actually went to college with. And then I have some newer people in my tribe who are at the level where I'm trying to be, and they're fairly new. When I say fairly new, that means like within the last 2 years, 3 years, and I really appreciate their grind where they're at, and I'm learning immensely from them. And then I have people who I've known, but we're more on the associate level. And I think it's good to still stay in contact with people, have associates. And so that's my tribe. But my tribe, the real tight tribe, my inner circle is very tight, because it takes a lot to be in my inner circle.
Sure. And what advice would you give to our tribe, our community that's going through adversity right now?
I would say you need to stay consistent with your communication to the inner, the outer, and your larger tribe. Whatever part of your tribe, still stay consistent with your communication and your messaging. I would think that number one, that's the main thing. Stay consistent. Number two, figure out a way that you're going to impact, no matter what little or a lot that is. Figure out what impact you want to do and be consistent with that. And number three, I feel that you need to mentor. Mentoring is always a good thing. And mentoring, it goes below and it goes up. And then there's sponsorship. There's a difference between sponsoring and mentoring. And a lot of people don't know the difference. Mm-hmm. But I would encourage people to find a sponsor and a mentor, because those both will be very advantageous to your career development.
I love it. This is good stuff. This is like super good stuff, by the way. Thank you so much for sharing. Really, I appreciate that. We have a segment called Today is My January 1st. And today is my January 1st represents that moment throughout the time where you make a decision. And there's 1,000 moments throughout the day, but the decision could change the trajectory of your life. You either go to the gym or you sit on the couch. You either eat fruits and vegetables, or you go open up your refrigerator, open the door, reach inside, and there's some celery, there's some broccoli, there's some kale, and you're able to take that, and that feels good. So it's a do-over. It's a fresh start. My past doesn't equal my future. When you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what does it mean to you?
Sometimes today is my January 1st. It's a good day if I get out of bed, because sometimes that's hard for me, to be real. Sometimes today's my January 1st if I get up and start cleaning the house. Today's my January 1st if I get up and decide, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna cook breakfast for us. That is really a good day. It depends on my mood. I'm in chronic pain. I have fibromyalgia. So keeping it 100, today is a good day if I say, I'm going to take all my medicine today. So being my January 1st, it's a mindset. I have to be real with myself, and I'm going to be real with you. It depends on that day, my January 1st, what it is I'm going to do. If I decide to meditate that day, I have meditation apps. And if I'm going to sit down on my yoga mat and actually do the work. But I can tell you this, when I actually do the work and Andrew says, Zakiya, don't you feel much better? The answer is yes. Cooking healthy meals, when I do cook, my meals are healthy. But when it is my January 1st, I just have to do the work, and I do feel much better. So I would encourage you, just like I'm encouraging myself, to have more January 1st days and to fill up my calendar with Zakiya did a January 1st. Yay, yay. And have more of those January 1st days, because the more you do it, it becomes a habit. I think you need to do it like 16 times before it actually becomes a habit. Mm-hmm. You would know, you're the guru on this. Yes. Is it 16? I think it's like 16 times before it actually becomes a habit. So I just sleeping with my CPAP machine. I've been doing really well. I think it's been maybe about 11 days thus far in a row. I've been sleeping with my CPAP machine. So I'm almost there at that 16-day mark. So pretty soon it's going to be a habit in a row.
You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
Yeah. And it's for my benefit. So just like I'm encouraging myself, I'm encouraging you. It's only for our benefit. As we haven't really said the words, but COVID-19, we're trapped in our homes, in our condos, apartments, wherever you live. So right now we should be working on ourselves. There's nothing else for us to do but to put together a plan. Okay, Keisha, Thomas, Andrew, Chi, Zakiya, whoever. What is it that we can do for ourselves to improve? Because when we come out of this, if we come out of this, we should be looking much better. We should be healthier. We should be losing weight. If you have diabetes, I don't have that right now, but my blood pressure, everything should be better, because we're just really confined to an environment. We should have one goal that we improved on. We really should. And so just speaking from my heart, that while we're confined, I think we should find one goal that we maxed out, and we just, we just did that thing. So that is my hope and my desire for myself, my family members, and my friends, and also for you watching this. Pick at least just one thing that you're just gonna blow out the park, because you took the time to really just focus and totally zone in on it and say, I'm gonna do this.
I admire your energy, man. I admire that zest you have there. How do you remain consistent? And what do you suggest to folks out there? They've heard this before. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. And having said that, most folks keep struggling with what? Consistency. So how do you tell folks to be consistent and to hashtag stay the course?
Just think about the many people who are not getting the opportunity. I said in one of my LinkedIn lives, I believe last week, that this virus is taking people out left and right. I said by the end of April, you're going to know somebody personally or indirectly, like your girlfriend's friend. You're going to know somebody who has lost someone. So if you're able to hear my voice, you are going to be, besides just having to stay in your home or have maybe lost your job or lost some hours, you're going to know someone who is not going to be afforded life because of this. Since you are still here, that should be reason enough for you to want to make a change. God or whomever you believe in is giving you another opportunity on life. So therefore, I believe, hopefully you believe, that there's a reason for you to be here. So therefore, there's a reason for you to be consistent and take this opportunity to do something with it.
Fantastic. That's right on the money. Right on the money. How can people connect with you?
You can connect with me various ways. If you would like to see some of my Game Changer chat, and if you really bad to the bone, and you have done amazing things, we can talk possibly about you perhaps coming on my Game Changer chat. But connect with me on Zakiya Mabery on LinkedIn, and also you can find some of my past LinkedIn Game Changer chats on my YouTube channel, and then also it's also YouTube, and then finally my business website, which is beglobaldiversity.com is my business page, and that's also where you can get my latest book. And the final thing I would like to say is I have been busy. I've been busier than ever before right now during this time. I'm finishing a book right now, which will be out in probably about 6 weeks, and that should be coming out shortly. And I'm excited about that. In the documentary, because of this virus, a lot of things have been put on hold. But that's pretty much where people can get in contact with me. And this shirt was made by a friend who went to high school with me, and I will put his contact information in the thread of this video. He does amazing work.
Yeah, right. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. When we come back, we're going to ask Zakiya if she'll give us her final thoughts, her final comments to empower and to inspire everyone. Make sure you connect with her on social media. She's the one and only, being unapologetically you. Doesn't that feel good? Doesn't that feel good? We're going to go over to Rob Howes, by the way. Rob Howes is in Laurel, Maryland, and he talks about be present where you are. Like right now, be present. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes.
Hey guys,
All right.
me and Daddy are here.
All right, I'm doing a video.
I got a question.
No, it's not a question. This is a video where I'm telling people something. I'm telling them that today is their January 1st. Today is your January 1st Happy Entrepreneurs Tribe, because today is the only day you got, because tomorrow's not promised and yesterday is gone. So the reason why today being your January 1st is significant, because it keeps you from procrastination. Procrastination is the destroyer of dreams. Yeah, it's the destroyer. It's the killer of dreams. So, take action. Be present where you're present. That's the real gift. Be present where you are present. That is the real gift. Today is your January 1st. Say today.
Today.
Say today is your January 1st.
Today is January 1st.
Say it loud.
Today is January 1st.
That's it. Don't forget it.
It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country, where we're on a mission. And our mission is to empower. Our mission is to inspire. And our mission is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources necessary to execute the vision you have for the people you were called to serve. So this morning, this evening, this afternoon, we have the one and only Zakiya Mabery.
Yay! Well, my final thoughts are, whether you feel like you've been knocked down in life, whether you're fearful of the coronavirus, whether you have anxiety, PTSD, depression, a physical disability, whether you've lost your job, whether you're been in a domestic situation, whether you feel like all hope is lost, whether you're physically separated from your loved ones, whether you feel like you're not loved, Don't ever, ever let someone knock off your visible crown. You wear that crown, you straighten it up, whether it's a little crooked to the side. You just put that on your visible crown and you just wear it with a smile. Don't let the naysayers or anybody prevent you from wearing your crown. You got this. You have it. My sister, my brother, whomever you are watching this, you have this. You are in control of your destiny. You be unapologetically you at all times. No matter what adversity you have been through in life, whether it was sexual assault, molestation, anything, you can do anything you put your mind to. Peace, love, and many blessings to all of you. And you can do it.
You can do it. Thanks a lot once again for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. I love the shirt as well. Zakiya, black woman, disabled, and what? Pretty. I love it. I love it. I love it. With that being said, I want you to know, all you're watching, that you're amazing, that you're incredible, that today is your January 1st. You got this thing. Today is your January 1st. Yes, you can. Today is your January 1st. You can be unapologetically who?
You.
Holla at your boy. You can do that. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you, from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. Remember, time is long. Life is short. Live in the moment and enjoy it. God bless, and I wish you success. Bye-bye. She got the wave. She got the wave. There she is. She got the wave. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless.